Okay, that's enough of that. Welcome to Kilroy Films Live, and I am just going to turn that down because that's going to bug me. I was just listening to the audio to make sure we are getting audio on the live stream. As is always on Kilroy Films live streams, this is an impromptu, get my words out, impromptu live stream. Yolobox Live have just released an update in the last couple of days for the Yolobox Pro, and anyone who knows me, has followed the channel for a while, will know that the Yolobox Pro is one of the key tools I use for switching when I'm doing live streams for events. I'm just going to quickly check, by the way, that my audio is the Yolobox Pro, and anyone who knows coming through on the two places that I'm streaming to at the moment. Yes. So I've just got Facebook and YouTube. I'm streaming with the Yolobox Pro tonight. So they've released an update, and I'm really excited because I'm hoping this update is going to have improved some things, and the only way really to test it is to go live. I think it's a good thing to go live. Oh, sorry, I've got some messages coming in there which were distracting me. So whether anyone watches this or not, I don't know. I'm not worried. It's a test for me to watch back as well. But this is going to go into a live stream series about products, I guess, and live streaming tools that I'm going to start to do. I'll create a playlist on YouTube predominantly that will talk about all the tools and things I use to live stream. As I buy new things or add new things to my kit, I will go live and talk about some of those products, which may be useful to anybody that's thinking about hiring Kilroy Films, or also anybody else that's in the live streaming community and wants to know about live streaming products as well. But the other key thing I'm going to be doing is, I obviously started live streaming mainly due to the pandemic, and I started live streaming events like weddings and funerals and birthday celebrations where the pandemic was causing less people to be able to go out to these events, so people wanted to reach a wider audience. That's an obvious reason to live stream an event, basically. However, now we're coming to the end, hopefully, fingers crossed, it looks like it, especially here in the UK. People might think we don't need to live stream anymore, but I'm going to do a series talking about why live streaming events is still going to be a really, really key thing, but also, more importantly, live streaming for businesses, and why live streaming could be and should be, in my opinion, a really valuable asset, a really valuable tactic in your marketing, your marketing kit bag, I guess. So I'm just going to switch camera angle because it gets a bit boring if you don't. So I'm over there now. Ooh. So yeah, why should you consider live streaming as a marketing tool as well? So this is going to be a series that I'm going to start doing in the next few weeks, hopefully. So if any of those things I've just mentioned are of interest to you, then please do subscribe to the channel on YouTube. I'm live streaming to YouTube and Facebook at the moment. Subscribe to YouTube, follow me, hit the notification bell and all that good stuff. And on Facebook, obviously, if you prefer to watch on Facebook, make sure you follow. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll start a weekly series of live streams. Now, also, a key thing to ask you to do is pop in the comments any questions you may have, anything you'd like to see me talk about. That would be great as well. So as we go along with this live stream tonight, as I say, completely impromptu, unscripted, going to be loads of errors, but as we go along through it, then if there's anything you think of that you'd like me to talk about now or in the future, I'll try and look at some comments later if we've got people watching. I can see there's a couple of people I think watching on YouTube, so do say hello so I know who you are. I can't see if anybody's watching on Facebook for some reason. But anyway, yeah, if there's anything you could think of, whether you're a live streamer, you're thinking of getting into live streaming, or you're someone who is a business owner, or you know a business owner, and you're thinking, how can we use live streaming as a marketing tool? I don't understand. That's what I'm going to be talking about in the future. But anyway, on to tonight's live stream. Oh, and also, if you are watching, let me know in the comments if you can hear things okay. I'm just going to do another quick test, because this is one of the key updates to the Yolobox Pro. Watching on Facebook. Yeah, I can hear it on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, so just checking those levels are okay. If you don't know what the Yolobox Pro is, it's basically, this is the original Yolobox, which is off at the minute, so you can't really see it. It's an Android-based device. The original Yolobox has a couple of HDMI inputs. It's an all-in-one box that will basically allow you to encode and go live like I am now. I'm going live with its bigger brother, the Yolobox Pro. but you can switch. It's a switcher, so you can switch between the various inputs, and the Yolobox Pro has 3 HDMI inputs as well as a USB input. The original has 2 plus 1 USB. It has HDMI out, both of them do, so you can actually take your program out and send it to a computer, or not to a computer, sorry, but to another screen for people to view in the live event. Or what I do is actually send it to another encoder, which allows me to bond signals. We won't go into that tonight. So it's a switcher, it's an encoder, so you can stream directly from it, as I say, like I am tonight. And it's a restreamer as well, so if you use the Yololiv servers like I am tonight, I'm streaming to Facebook and YouTube concurrently, so that's a really powerful thing that this little box lets you do as well. And it's a recorder, so you can record onto the SD card, the inbuilt SD card as well. So switcher, monitor, recorder, encoder. It's got an SD card slot in the bottom, so you can bring in pre-recorded videos, graphics to put on as overlays. I actually haven't got any to show you tonight because this was impromptu, but let me just, I've got one thing on my SD card, which is my logo, so I've just loaded it up. I've done it massive. You can scale it and everything, but if I decide to put that on, you normally put that transparent in the corner somewhere, but you can bring in graphics on these devices as well. Pre-recorded content like the one that was playing at the beginning, my little intro thing. It's super powerful, but what they've released recently is an audio mixer as well, so you can actually mix your audio inputs. So like me, if you've got 2 cameras, oh excuse me, 2 cameras coming into the Yolobox like I have tonight, you could bring audio in. Oh, there's an aeroplane going over. Hopefully my microphone's not picking that up. You could bring audio into the cameras directly. Yeah, you can hear that. You can hear that. Gonna have to get some soundproofing in this little studio I've built. Let's just turn down the sensitivity of that mic. Let's go now anyway. Sounds like the police helicopter might be out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's going to be buzzing around overhead, which won't be good for the live stream, but never mind. We have to deal with these things. Anyway, you could have audio coming in from HDMI 1, which is that camera there. I could have audio coming in via HDMI 2, which is that camera there. And I've just thought, have I still got, yes, I have got follow. We want to take follow off. That may have been causing some of the interference, because I've also got audio coming in via this microphone. It'd be better seeing me on that screen there. This microphone here as well, and that's going directly into the Yolobox, okay, into a mic in or a line input. I think I've got it in mic input tonight. So you can now, with one of the latest updates, mix all of those audio sources. So if you had a microphone attached to either of the cameras, and you could have 3 cameras, remember, as well, you could have those microphones picking up ambient noise in an event, and you could have some microphones directly into your Yolobox for your main narration if you're narrating at an event, or there's people singing, or whatever the event is. And you can have things like, I usually use these Rode Wireless Go's, which are, get rid of my face, which is a receiver that can take 2 of these microphones, and you can attach lapel mics to them and all sorts. You can have 2 people mic'd up going straight into the Yolobox. I have a small mixer that I actually attach sometimes, which means you could put one of these and another similar device I've got going into the mixer. So now I've got 4 microphones going into the mixer and then going into the Yolobox. There's lots of ways to add audio, but the fact that the Yolobox team or the Yololiv team added audio mixing capabilities actually into the Yolobox is really cool. But when they first released it, the sync wasn't great, and hopefully people will be watching and they'll be able to tell me, and I'm going to watch back, whether my lips are synced properly to the audio, because they were slightly out. And one of the first things they've updated in the last couple of days is that lip sync thing. So you've now got the ability to delay your audio, which I'm going to do slightly now. We've got HDMI 1 on again, turn that off. Let's go back to that view. I don't like that view on the side, it's too close. You can see all of my pitfalls. So let's just put a little bit of a delay on. Now it's actually quite hard for me to see. I'm going to have to watch this back really, because it's quite a small screen on the Yolobox and it's down there. But to me, it looks like my lips are synced. I've put a 20 millisecond delay on using the new feature on the Yolobox Pro, and you could go right up to 125, I think, is that? Yeah, 125 millisecond delay on your audio. And you can do that on, I don't think you can do it, no, you can't do it on the HDMI inputs, because the idea is if you're bringing audio from the HDMI cable of one of your cameras, it would be synced with the video. However, I had a problem where it wasn't when they did the last update, but it seems to have fixed that now. But if you're bringing it into the mic or the line in on the Yolobox itself, then you could have a delay, because audio actually travels faster than video in terms of a signal. So they've enabled anything that's going directly into the Yolobox to have this delay slider, which is really, really useful. And I'll show you a view of this in a minute, because another feature I want to talk about is coming up. So it looks like it's okay. What I'm going to quickly do is just watch back a bit of footage, and you might hear this coming through. So it looks like it's okay. Yeah, to me it looks alright actually. I've just quickly watched it on Facebook, but I will have to watch that back properly. So if you're watching, say in the comments whether you think my lips are synced properly to the video, because as I say, this is a new feature that Yolobox have just released in the last couple of days to allow you to put that little delay on your audio. So that's fantastic. Another thing they've done, which I'm not going to test tonight, is enable USB out to USB on a computer. So you could bring in your Yolobox and all of the cameras attached to it into something like a Zoom meeting, or any I can't think of any video conferencing platforms now, but all the video conferencing platforms, you can bring it as a webcam effectively and switch between multiple cameras. At the moment, however, audio will not go in via that USB out. So, or it's more the USB in, because you can USB out to other devices, to HDMI. So that would be really powerful as well, because a lot of people want to use a device like this for Zoom meetings and all of that good stuff. I did test it earlier, over the weekend actually, yesterday, and because the audio is going straight into my computer, I didn't have any software, but you could obviously have software that would delay your audio. I haven't got any, so it's completely out of sync, so it's not usable for me at the moment. However, Yololiv are due to release an update that will enable the audio out with the video, so it'll be synced with the video. So we're looking forward to that. That'll be cool. What was the other thing they released in the latest update? I can't remember what it was now, but something they released a while ago that I haven't tested, and you're probably wondering, why am I sitting here with this green screen behind me? Because this is a new feature in my little studio. It's green screen chroma key. So I'm going to show this live. I can click on this little button on my input and put on key switching. So I just click on it, and this will key out my background, and I can choose any background image, off the SD card. So any image I've loaded onto the SD card. So I'm just going to use my logo because it's the only one on there at the moment. And there's other options. You've got key color type. So obviously I've got a green screen. So it's keyed out the green at the minute. You can see that. I can see that live, that it's gone black. You can change the similarity and the smoothness. I haven't played around with that yet, but let's just click done. I've just put in my background image. So in a second you should see, sorry, I'm just checking my drop frames, etc. and I'm looking good at the minute. You should see my logo come up on my background. I can't see it yet on the lives because they're a little bit delayed, obviously. There we go. So my logo's come up now. If I go to this other camera, which I haven't set up chroma key on, and obviously the green screen's not going right across the back of me, I haven't got that logo. So from a marketing point of view, clicked on the wrong thing, sorry, ignore that. From a marketing point of view, a program point of view, a show point of view, if you're going out live to an audience, having whatever you like in the background is really, really cool. But another really cool thing that you can do is, actually I'm going to do it the other way around. So I want to show you something else first. We're going to come back to the green screen in a second. I don't need to plug in power. Let's leave power over there. The other thing I found out, and this I actually found out from the official worldwide Yolobox box, I think, Yolobox or Yololiv. We'll have a look in a second because I'm going to show you this feature live. There's a user group on Facebook, and there's loads of us that use this device all over the world, obviously. That's why it's called the worldwide one. Plugging in a smartphone as a source straight into the Yolobox via HDMI, and I already had a USB-C to HDMI cable, so I thought I'd give it a try tonight. Someone posted about this. It's not something I think that Yololiv push or mentioned. I hadn't seen it in any marketing materials. Possibly it is in the marketing materials, but I hadn't tried it, and I couldn't think of a use case for it. But now I tried it out today, so let's plug this in. And my Yolobox is now just looking at HDMI 3. It's thinking about it. Yep, I think it's got it. I'm not going to switch to it yet because you will see what's on my screen if I do. And my phone has now come up as a source, so this is pretty cool. And you'll see why in a minute. Hello, Wes Thomas. I've just seen a comment from Wes Thomas. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. I don't know if you caught the beginning, but this is an impromptu live stream. I'm just testing some features that have been updated in firmware to a device I use to switch between different things and also to go live. But if I go to Facebook and I go to my groups, and I will show you, there we go. This is the group. So if I switch to this now, you will see in a second what is being shown on my phone. I've just landscaped it as well, so it should fill the screen. It doesn't quite fill the screen because it's not a full 16:9. But yeah, this is the official Yololiv user group. There's over 3.4 thousand members. And yeah, I encourage you to get on that. If you're thinking about getting a Yolobox or you already have one, join the group, because I learned about adding my smartphone as a source from this group. So I think it's pretty cool. But the other thing I can do, and this is where I think I might have a use case, is I can add in a picture-in-picture video now, and I can use HDMI 3. I can select that. I'm doing this live whilst live streaming. Select that as my background source, if you like, and then select SD card video. Sorry, no, HDMI 2, which is my chroma keyed view. Select that. I can play around with the scale, so I can make my chroma keyed bit look bigger or smaller. I can move the position. I'm going to keep myself bottom right. I can click done. So what I've just done is now set up a new source, a picture-in-picture source, which is this one. It's making me laugh because I've never done it before. So I've got my phone screen as the main screen behind me now, and me here in the corner. Let's move the microphone off because it looks a bit weird if that's there. Hopefully you can still hear. So I'm just thinking this could be pretty powerful. For example, I'm gonna quickly go back to a different screen because I don't want to give away things on my phone, personal information or whatever. But if I quickly jump to one of my pages, my Kilroy Films page, where I'm streaming on Facebook at the moment, and just go down into the live section of that page. Doesn't matter if I go back now. I don't mind showing you this. And then click on the live stream. So this is actually the start of the live stream playing behind me. I don't know if the audio, no, the audio shouldn't be coming through yet. No, because I've got HDMI 3 switched off. But if you wanted to, because of the mixer on the Yolobox, we can put the audio on for HDMI 3 as well, and turn it up on my phone. And we should click on the live stream. So this is actually the start of the live stream, not playing behind me. I don't know. I'm not sure why. The audio, no, the audio shouldn't be coming through yet. No, because I've got HDMI 3 switched off. But if you wanted to, because of the mixer on the Yolobox, we can put the audio on for HDMI 3 as well, then turn it up on my phone. And then click on the live stream. It's because my voice was talking. It is. So this is actually the start of the live stream. Not here. I can turn the HDMI 3 off because it was confusing the hell out of me. I got really confused then, but I was actually hearing the audio from HDMI 3, which is this live stream. Yeah, there we go. We're still seeing the live stream. And you get, just notice you're getting Infinity Jameses. Well, that's proper weird, isn't it? But if I, for example, why won't it let me fast forward? This was the use case I was thinking of. I was thinking, I may not have enabled. So if you set up your live stream in advance via an RTMP, then you can enable rewind and fast forward on your live stream. But because this is live now, I haven't set it up in that way. So I haven't got any settings, so I can't rewind the live stream. But what I was thinking was, and let's just come out of this for a second because it's confusing me. It's probably confusing you as well. What I was thinking is if, say, for example, you're live streaming a sporting event, you could be monitoring your live stream on your phone, which is what I do anyway, to be fair, because the whole point of the Yolobox kit is that it's mobile. You can attach this is the original, as I said, you can attach this to your tripod that your main camera's on. You can have a wireless camera somewhere else out on the sporting event, bringing a feed into wirelessly, and you're very compact. You don't need a computer to go live, but you do want to monitor your live stream. I personally do. You can see that you're live on the Yolobox. You can see if you've dropped any frames. You can see the quality and everything detailed to you on the Yolobox itself. However, I like to see my live stream as well. So like I'm doing now on the phone, I can see the live stream. So I'd have my phone on me with the live stream on anyway. And I normally have a set of Bluetooth headphones so I can hear that the live stream's getting audio as well. But now I figured out, thanks to the user group, that you can plug the Samsung Galaxy S10 straight into the Yolobox and use it as a source. You can bring it in as a source, as I said, like that. Boom. But what I'm thinking is, if I set it up properly, like I said, if something happened at a sporting event and you wanted to replay it, if you had the rewind functionality set up in your Facebook stream, you could rewind and play that out to the live stream and see that thing again, see that scene happen again. Now you could set that up in a side-by-side view as well on the Yolobox, so you don't miss any live action. You could have your live action happening on one side of the picture, and you could have your replay, i.e. my phone as a source, watching the live stream back on the other side, and you can rewind and go back a bit. So that's all I was thinking. This could be pretty powerful. I haven't really sat down and tested it and thought about it thoroughly yet, but I think that could be pretty cool. Also, the fact that the live stream here that I'm watching, that I'm downloading, is probably delayed anywhere between 10 to 20 seconds. If something happens, you've got 20 seconds before it happens on your view anyway, so you don't even need to rewind, to be honest. You could see, I don't know, football's the easiest one. A goal gets scored, you watch it for 20 seconds live. It's only going to happen on here 20 seconds later, so you can watch the goal again, potentially. I don't know if there's any other shouts in the comments about any other users that have thought about how they can use their phone as an input to their live stream, how that could be useful. Then yeah, let me know. Just looking at some comments now. Glenn, hi James, can you throw up the chat comments onto the live stream? Do you know what? That's a feature I've never done before either. And you're on YouTube, aren't you, Glenn? Yes. I've just gone to it. I can't see any comments. Oh, there we go. There they go. So Glenn has just said that. Let's just get rid of the layer that will be distracting and go back to the comments. So you should see on the live stream now as well, Glenn's comment on YouTube, can you throw out the chat comments onto the live stream? I've just done that. If you're streaming with the Yolobox itself, because I'm at home and I'm on my decent quality, I'm on Wi-Fi actually, I'm not even Etherneted in, I'm on Wi-Fi, but I've got a really good stable Wi-Fi. I tested it thoroughly before we went live. I can do that, but I normally program out from my Yolobox to another encoder, so I wouldn't be able to throw up the comments. Glenn has just said nice as a response to that. Is that because you've never tried it before, Glenn, or it didn't work for you last time you tried? I'm not sure. West has said, how much is the Yolobox? So the original Yolobox, this smaller one, I paid think 999 for, but since the Pro came out, Glenn might know better than me. We can go and look it up on the internet as I've got my phone as a source. I think it's about 699 now, maybe 799, 699, and the Pro has kind of taken that 899 and when and where you get it price point, because it's bigger, it's a bigger screen. Oh, in fact, that's the other thing I was going to show you by using your phone as a source. Really, really quickly, let's come out of Facebook because I'm using bandwidth to do that as well. Let's just go back to this view. Oh, Wes question is still there. So the other thing you can do, if you want a live or a clean feed from the camera on your phone with the Samsung Galaxy, I downloaded Pro, an app called Filmic Pro. So I can go into Filmic Pro. It's the only way you can get a clean feed if you're using your camera, because if you use your camera without a third-party app like this, you'll see everything around the edge of your camera, what you see on your thing. So yeah, there we go. So if I tap on that, I can get rid of it. There's a setting in Filmic Pro you have to do to tap on the screen and make a clean feed. Cable's just bugged out of it. There we go. So you should be able to see my camera. There we go. So there, you're basically seeing it out of my phone camera now, everybody. And I think, I've just lost. Yeah, the cable's a bit janky because I'm moving. On a second. So, professional live stream relying on your phone plugged in with a cable to move around, probably not a good idea. It's come back now. Your cables need to be good. But that's the Pro, and you can see, I'm going to come in a bit slower this time. I don't know if you can see that clearly, West, but I've got all of my sources here. So HDMI 1, HDMI 2, SD card video that was playing at the beginning, HDMI 3, which is the phone, so you're seeing the infinity display there, picture in picture, which is where the phone will be in the background and my face. And then on this side, at the minute, I've got the comments open, and this is where Glenn said, can you bring comments in? And you just click on a comment to bring it in to your live at the same time. I can go to Facebook. If anyone's left any comments on Facebook, you'd see them there. No one has. I don't think anyone's watching on Facebook. And you can go to your overlays tab. So if I had lots of overlays in here, I've only got my logo at the moment and a rolling caption that was on at the bottom. You could have lots of overlays and you add them in, and you can add them in live as well. You can see where the destinations I'm going to. That's what you do at the beginning. Then you've got your audio tab, which is the program, making sure you've got volume going out on your program. And then anything grayed out means there's nothing plugged in. I'm coming through the microphone into the line in at the moment. Glenn, let me know if the audio's good as well, actually, please, because you're a user. It's been one of our issues is the audio. So you get the picture. I wasn't meant to spend hours on the line in, etc. Using the phone, using chroma key, as I'm doing now, but using chroma key for, let's go back. Let's play a video, right? I want to show you playing a video. So the SD card, you can load two sources from the SD card, SD video 1 and SD video 2. If you want to play more videos, then you've got to delete one after you've played it. You also can't pause and rewind live. It either starts playing from the beginning when you go to it as a source, or it you can set it so it resumes from where you left it when you switched off of it as a source. So if you start playing a video and you come off of it, it will pause. When you go back onto it, it'll start playing again. What I'm thinking actually is another cool thing with the phone is then just go in and play as many videos as you want. Pause the video, talk about the video, rewind the video if you wanted to. So that's another good use case, I guess, if you're critiquing videos or something. But if I just go to my own channel, no, in fact, I'm not going to go to my own channel. I'm going to go to Kelvin Davies, plug for Kelvin Davies, someone I've worked with a lot, Kelvin Davies Music. And I'm going to show you a video I actually helped him make the other day. I think I've gone into the wrong YouTube channel. Yes, I have. Let's do that again. Live. Hey. Oh, it's because I didn't click into his YouTube channel. That's why. I think Kelvin has 2 YouTube channels. Hang on. Donkey James. I wasn't on YouTube. That I made for Kelvin literally last week. So I just want to check audio is coming through from both sources. Probably don't want it that high. Yeah, so you should better hear me and the video now. It was just about a month ago and everything. Probably want to turn the video down a bit. So I could be playing a video off YouTube gallery, I guess. I'm just turning my own audio up a bit. And you can pause, rewind, whatever on that video, literally live, and then talk about it. Obviously this is on YouTube, so you see all the YouTube shenanigans come up around it, but if it was a video in your own playlist, you wouldn't have as much stuff on there. So that's another powerful use, I think. I'm going to turn the audio down and just leave that playing behind me. I'm probably a bit too loud now. Perfect. Okay, so that's an example. I'm just going to take these off. I don't know if you've ever tried to talk on a live stream whilst listening to the live stream, because there's a slight delay. You start getting slurry speech while you're talking, and it's rubbish. Don't like it. I need a drink now as well. Excuse me. So let's have a look at comments again, because Glenn said, "Can you?" Yes, I threw the comments. Wes said, "So is the Yolobox connecting via RTMP?" You can add it into it. Their cloud server, the Yololiv team who make the Yolobox, like Restream, if you're familiar with Restream, and it will enable you to. Ooh, we're dropping 88%. I've got a horrible feeling my live stream is breaking down. Waiting for video signal. My Wi-Fi may have just gone a bit janky, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I don't usually live stream with the Yolobox. I'm going to stop playing that video. That's a download, however, so that shouldn't be causing any issues downloading. But I am downloading on 2 sources there as well. Oh dear. This is why I don't use the Yolobox to live stream usually. Let me know in the comments whether we lost video signal or not there for too long. So yeah, sorry, I was saying, West, through their servers you can restream. It's got restream abilities built into it. And you can connect your Facebook pages, all of your Facebook pages, any page you administer, YouTube channels, Twitch at the minute as well. So you could restream out to all of those directly from the box. I normally just program out to another encoder and use RTMP through the other encoder. And I use Vimeo and stream to Vimeo, which streams to multiple places as well. But you can bring direct RTMP into the Yolobox as well. And you can set up multiple RTMPs. You can only stream to one at a time. Phone in wireless. Ooh, I didn't know that a little bit. Its mobility is its key selling point, I would say. But lots of people are now using it in a studio setup like I am now. Lots of people are using it with things like the A10 Mini because it's just simpler. It's more intuitive. So you could have the A10 Mini on your desk with multiple inputs. You can record ISO as well on the A10 Mini if you've got the Extreme, I think. You can only record onto SD card here, the program out, effectively, the program view. But I think on something like an A10 Mini, you can record each individual input. However, I record on the cameras anyway, as a backup for my customers. But a lot of people are using the A10 Mini with a Yolobox just to throw on the graphics and stuff, because you just touch and press. You don't have to bring it into any software and be using software on a laptop with another monitor and everything. It's all an all-in-one screen. So yes, mobility, but also ease of use, even in a studio environment like this. So I hope that answers your question. Glenn said, your voice audio is a bit intermittent. intermittent whilst the video is playing. I think I was messing around with volumes. Needs more testing. I was just messing around with it tonight and trying to figure out if it worked for that kind of thing. Fact, I was using it to the phone to bring in content off the internet. It's using my Wi-Fi in here. Everything's using the Wi-Fi in here. My laptop's using Wi-Fi. The Yolobox is using Wi-Fi. The phone's using Wi-Fi. But obviously downloading, it shouldn't be affecting the upload, but it clearly did because I started dropping loads of frames, didn't I? And I think that might be why Wes said you're fine now, and I can see on my computer that both feeds are back up. So clearly downloading content was doing something to my Wi-Fi. Or my Wi-Fi might have just been having a hissy fit anyway. West has just said, I use the A10 Mini occasionally. Cool. West, I didn't know. Do you live stream? We'll have to talk about that soon. Let me know what you do. I think we've had some comments on Facebook now as well. They're not loading though. For me to bring them up. Hayden says, I'm watching on Facebook, just me. Oh, there we go. And he's also said, audio is good, getting video frame freeze. Yeah, I think that was the bit I just talked about, where my Wi-Fi had a hissy fit whilst I was playing a video and bringing that video in as a source. So I would, if I was using the phone in the future to play videos and show people videos, I would 100% have those videos loaded in a folder, in an album on my phone, and not try and use it to bring in the live stream or whatever, bring it in from YouTube. So hopefully that's all sorted itself out. Oh, thanks guys for the questions. I've been streaming now, for 40 minutes. It was more of a test, as I said, to make sure things were working the way I expected them to work with this latest update. So well done to Yololiv. I think the audio is good. Glenn has said it's good. A couple of you said it's pretty good. So that's a good thing. That's a win for Yololiv. Do I look synced? Are the lips synced with the audio? I've put a 20 millisecond delay on. You can go right up to 125 milliseconds, as I said. I can see more comments are coming in. This is the other thing, Wes, the fact that if you're streaming with the Yolobox itself, I can bring these comments in just at a touch of a button, just with this one device in front of me, which is pretty cool as well. And you've just said in answer to what you do, no, but I have helped set up some live streaming locally. Mate, why didn't you get me involved? Kilroy Films Live. Can't believe it. He said yes. I can't remember what that would be too, because obviously there's a delay. The other thing, that video that I started showing you, this is just another kind of bit of information. May affect Glenn or not. Video production. So when I worked with Kelvin, we need some web source overlays. Glenn has just said yes, we 100% need some web source overlays. I don't use web source in the way that you probably would. But yeah, any advancement like that is going to be good, isn't it? For sure. But something I did the other day with Kelvin I worked with a few times to make little videos for him when I was starting out and I was learning my trade. So I did things for free, basically, to get a bit of a portfolio going. He came to me again and said, look, can we do another video? And I said, yeah, sure. What's your budget? And he had a small budget. Okay. And that's fine, because I like him. I like his music. I like Gary. They make me laugh. They're good people to work with. And it's good to work with people locally. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, that kind of thing. Because hopefully we'll both go places someday. So I said, yeah, I'll take your small budget, but let's try and reduce the production time. So I actually used, I don't know if I can show you because I've got it kind of jerry-rigged to the battery. No, I can't. So I've built for one camera at a time. A handheld rig with rails and everything. I'll do a video about this at some point with a battery pack on it, a switcher so you can power multiple things. And I've also got, as well as the YOLO boxes, I'll just grab these two bits. I've also got a Ninja 5 or a Ninja V, whatever you want to call it, the Atomos Ninja V, which is a world-class monitor for video production. That's why I got it. And it takes, I haven't got the SD drive in there, but it takes SD hard drives, mini SD hard drives. And when I use this to make a video, you just take the SD card out, connect it to the computer and I edit off the SD drive, it's easier than importing onto your computer, so you're already reducing your workflow straight away. I mean, that's why I got the Ninja V. But they brought out, I'm talking fast because I don't want to talk forever about this. They brought out the Xcast, which is a hardware plug-in module for it, which has got 4 physical switcher buttons, and it's got another 4 buttons, F1 through to F4. So you can control switching, you can control audio, you can control picture-in-picture, and now I can't remember what the 4th one is. But it's basically does the same job as a Yolobox. However, you can't see your program out on it. It splits the screen into 4 quadrants because you've got 4 HDMI inputs. But it's got 2 outputs. So you've got the output on the Ninja itself, and you've got another output on the cast, and you've got USB cast out as well. So you could be casting out to the LiveView Solo, which I use to encode and bond, and also be casting out to another screen on my rig or a bigger monitor in the venue or whatever. So that's why I got this, and it's just a bit more stable, I think. And you can hard switch and you can queue up before you switch as well, very much like the A10 Mini that you use in West. But however, stick this all on top of my rig, going back to Kelvin and Gary and trying to keep things at a small budget. I had this on top of my rig with the handle, which the cage and the handle are on top of one of the cameras I'm using at the minute. Let's just take that comment off because it doesn't make sense now. This was on the other side of the cage, so I can hold the camera with 2 hands, have it pressing against me. This is the wireless receiver, the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro wireless receiver. So I had a second camera on a tripod, wide view of the 2 of them singing, static, okay, coming in to this wirelessly, plugged in wirelessly, okay? And then the camera that this is on top of, that I'm operating myself, is going into it physically with a cable. Where my thumb was with a handle, I could switch between 1 and 2 live, okay, like a live stream. So I made a video for them, moving around them, zooming in when Kelvin's playing the guitar or singing. Then as I came out, I could switch to the wide. I could run around behind the wide and zoom in on Gary or get a different angle. All of it recorded onto the SSD drive, which I then brought home. All I had to do was connect that to my computer, slap on the intro, do some color grading, some basic color grading of the entire clip, not just lots of individual clips where you're trying to sync up multiple cameras and audio. Kelvin sent me the audio he wanted with reverb and everything that he wanted on it, and then an outro at the end. It took me about 10 minutes to edit, okay? So for the budget, it was a budget way of doing it. I took live streaming into video production. I was going to make another video about that, but I've just kind of stuck it on the back there. But the other thing about this as well, obviously it's giving me 4 more HDMI inputs and the 2 outputs. So I can either bring that in, those 4 inputs, into one of the Yolobox inputs or the other way around. I probably would bring them into the Yolobox because the graphic capability of the Yolobox is better than the Atomos Ninja. But they might be bringing out more updates and stuff as well. So it's all exciting, all of this hardware that I've now got. They needed to be cheap. They needed to be cheap. Oh, well, the customer that you were setting up the live stream for. I'm cheap. Have you a link to it? The video I was playing a second ago. Not that I can put up. Hang on. I can put it up because my phone is still connected. So if you look for on YouTube, let's just come out of big screen. Oh, you have to do it that way. So you're going to have to look at this portrait. Sorry. You should better see that though. Kelvin Davies. And that's the video I made for him. I made 2 videos within, I don't know, 2 hours for him that night. We did a couple of takes of each and chose the best ones. He's only loaded one of them at the minute. I will load them onto my YouTube at some point as well. But obviously they're Kelvin's work. So yeah, if you want to go and have a look at that, that's where it is. On YouTube, Kelvin Davies and Gary Jones, Take Me Back, live at Coda Music. So yeah. And that was just using, as I say, 2 cameras. Nice and quick production. Have we got anything else going on Facebook? Yes. Oh, Hayden, thank you. Hayden said synced okay. Thank you very much. And I've just noticed on my screen rather than on the box, my sister, Ali, says hello. Hello, Ali. Thanks for watching my impromptu live stream. Glenn says, cheers. I assume you mean cheers for giving you the link to watch the video. I think I got that right. This whole delay on live stream's funny, isn't it? Because I waffle on quite fast sometimes, and then you might say something that isn't related to what I just said. So the other updates for me as well is obviously the green screen now in my little studio. The live stream series that I'm going to be doing, talking about why businesses should be live streaming. If they've got good content, they've got a website. If they're not on YouTube, even more reason they should get in on YouTube with live streaming, because it's so much quicker, easier and engaging for a business to live stream than it is to make a video, because you've still got all the same production planning, pre-production, actual production, post-production of a video is then immense. Because you've got edit, you've got to upload, and then it's a point-in-time video. There's no live engagement. Whereas a live stream, you've got the pre-production, the live stream itself, like this. If it was scripted and you stuck to a script and you stuck to a time limit, obviously I'm not doing that tonight, but then it would be a lot better. But you get the engagement, like you guys. I mean, what have I got? I've had 2 of you on YouTube, 2 now on Facebook, and we've just had 20 minutes, 30 minutes of me reading comments and talking about what you've asked in the comments. How powerful is that to a business, right? That's the engagements. Facebook released stats towards the end of last year that live streams on Facebook get 10 times more engagement on average than standard video. And live streams get watched 3 times longer than standard video. So any business who's spending lots of money and effort making videos that are point-in-time videos, obviously they can be reused, they can be put on websites, they've got fantastic production value and all of that stuff, they'll be good for the business. But if a live stream is easier to make and quicker to make, and has got an average of 10 times more engagements and 3 times more watch time, and now gives you content that you can reuse as video uploads, because I might do it for this one as an example, but what we've been streaming 50 minutes, oh my god, that's gone quick. But there's been some specific questions that you guys have asked, that I can now go back with this recording and edit those questions and just post that as a question and answer section, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, to YouTube. And a 50-minute live stream with a bunch of questions gives you a bunch of little small videos you can then upload. So I'm preaching to people generally here. You guys may not need to be hearing this, but that's what I'm going to be talking about in the future and going into that in more detail. Wes said, that's awesome, good work. I can't remember what that's in relation to, West. Oh, yeah, Glenn, how's the video production studio on a bike going? Well, I have a partnership teed up in terms of someone who is going to loan me bikes to do a test case. And what I mean is electric bikes rather than just a normal pedal bike. I don't know if you watched the Stevenage Half Marathon live stream I did, where I was on just a normal pedal bike and I was commentating with the Rode Wireless Go 2 kind of quite close to my mouth. And obviously when I followed the leader home, he was fast and I was on this mountain bike. So you could hear my breathing and all of that. Not good. So an electric assist bike will obviously be really, really easy, or much easier to keep up with people and not be out of breath and stuff. So that's a key must. So I've got that lined up, a partnership with someone for that. You gave me the idea of using a GoPro Hero 8, I think, might have been the 8 or the 9, which will plug into the Yolobox via HDMI. So that is like such a compact option. All I need to do is secure the Yolobox on the frame of the bike, the handlebars of the bike, to be able to switch between maybe 2 GoPro Heroes. My idea is have 2 bikes, one with a professional commentator. I say professional, it could be someone who works for the company who knows more about the race and the event. So they're on a bike and they've got a screen so they can see what's going out live on the live stream, whether that's a phone or whatever. And they've got a camera on their bike so they can commentate on what they're looking at. And then I could be on a bike following them with another camera And I could be switching and checking audio, and that's all I have to do, so you don't hear my heavy breathing and stuff whilst I'm trying to change camera angles and things. So yeah, that's work in progress. I need to convince the missus that I'm allowed to buy some more cameras. Basically, I've pitched it to a few events companies. If those pitches come to fruition, I will take the money from those pitches to reinvest in hardware, which is what I always do, until I've got all the little facets of the live streaming that I want to do nailed, basically. So, long answer. Thanks, Glenn, for the question, though. And West says, your live session, semi-edited for time, was the basis of my amazing comment. Ah, cool. Yeah. Going back to Kelvin's kind of live video. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just cuts down that workflow so much, and it enables me to be able to, as a reasonably still a startup video production and live stream production company, offer good value for money for people with a small budget, as I skill up and learn more things as well. And that's the idea. I want to help people and they can help me at the same time. The YC onion cage with the GoPro mounted on top of it would work 100%. Yeah, I did speak to someone at Yololiv about this whole concept idea, trying obviously to see if they can assist me, maybe with the cage. We'll see. That's another avenue I'm exploring at the moment. But yeah, the cage with a couple of clamps. I've got some clamps laying around. A couple of clamps connected to the cage and then gripped nice and tightly on the handlebars. That's what I see as being the perfect solution. And then you've got that in front of you as a console. You can have both hands on the handlebars when you need to, and you've only got to do the touchscreen when you need to touch it. And it's all secured in the cage, so if you crash or something happens, the Yolobox will stay pretty secured. And the GoPros are obviously built like tanks anyway, aren't they? So yeah, that would be fantastic. There's mounts all over it to clamp it to the bike. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking a custom frame where you've got the main handlebars and then maybe have just a piece welded on at the top, so the Yolobox fits inside, and you could clamp it in all four corners, or two at the top, two at the bottom, like that would be perfect. Like a custom handlebar. But we need the business first, right? I need to have people that are interested in doing it and paying me to do it before I start investing in all that crazy stuff. And the other thing about an electric bike is you could keep up with bike races as well. That'd be quite funny, you know, professional or semi-professional athletes flat out in all the lycra with their helmets, and there's me with a camera and a Yolobox riding along next to them. But that would be cool. I mean, they do it on motorbikes, don't they, for proper production TV companies and stuff. But I'm not going to start going down. I'm going to get a motorbike and do it all like that. I mean, there's not much point. There won't be enough business for that. But I think there's something in it for the bikes. Have we had anything else on Facebook? No. I think my sister came and said hello and then left. Thanks, Ali. Or Hayden left. One of them left. Excuse me. Getting a really sore throat. Have we still got good audio? Yeah. Sounding good. Sounding good. I was thinking, Wes, we should do some kind of talk show live from the Kilroy film studio. I think that would be hilarious. Let's just get rid of the chroma key. Take that off. I can't show you unless I go back to the phone, actually. Is the phone still plugged in? Yeah, it is. Just wanted to quickly, before I end, unless you guys have got any more questions as well, I'll have a quick look after I've done this. We're coming up to an hour, so that's plenty of time for a live stream, I think. But I just want to show you what I've done to the office, the home office. Oh, that's a hideous view. Let's see if this works. So this is my phone selfie camera you're seeing me on now. But behind me, I've bought a Niwa 3-roller mount thing, which I had to jerry rig with a couple of planks to the roof of my cabin. Oh, that's my video light above me, sorry. And then you've got the things, so you can pull them down. So I've got a red screen up there as well at the minute, and an empty bar. I've got a grey screen on order, so if I'm just making a video or I don't want a chroma key, I can have the red backgrounds. My logo is red, that's why I went for that. But when I've got the grey one, a grey one, you can put any light you want on it, any coloured light, RGB light, like that one that's over there shining purple at the moment, and have different light backgrounds. So yeah, let's just change that camera. Not that close to my face, blimey. To that way. So that's just my computer. That's my main camera that I was looking at a second ago. All connected on arms, like VESA mount arms, to a desk VESA mount system. Camera 2, so you can see it's still in the cage that goes on. This is what I was on about, this thing. There's the batteries. These batteries are running that camera at the minute. That camera is plugged in via USB to the wall. I've only got one USB port, but whatever. And yeah, the Yolobox is down there, and all of that, I mean the cables are a mess, but all of that is connected to this mount system, and the microphone as well. And the microphone obviously can move. So yeah, I've set up this little studio, and if I swing round, there you go, there's a different view. A different view of the roller system I was talking about. Green screen. Oh yeah, and lighting the green screen is one light, but I've got two. I've got two of those lights. I just realised I was talking the other way. I've got two of these lights to light it better. And then my video light above me. Boom. So, yeah, that's a little studio tour with the phone. Should have two lights on a green screen, ideally, because you want to light it nice and evenly and separate yourself from the background as much as possible. Just with that one light though, you can see it's lit up pretty well. It's got a hotspot in the middle, but I think it worked fine with the logo. Didn't look bad, did it? So anyway, there's mounts all over it to clamp. Wes said yes, that would be awesome. What, the talk show thing? Yeah, come here. I've got two of these mics. What can we talk about? Anything. Me and you can talk for England, can't we? We could either do a podcast or a live stream. That's the way forward, mate. I'd love to do that with you. It'd be so funny. And you also said very cool. Thank you, West, for my little studio. It's not finished yet. There's still loads I want to do. Soundproofing is actually one of the I've got to decorate. I've got to paint the outside. I've got to paint the inside. And soundproofing is the next thing, because there's probably a fair bit of echo in a log cabin. But yeah. So, right, we're over an hour. We're an hour and 1 minute. So I am going to say thank you very much to everyone who's watched and commented. Didn't advertise the fact I was going live. It's not something I do regularly. I do it for other people, but I'm going to start doing it more regularly myself. Testing equipment and talking about, like I said, all of the things where I think live streaming for businesses, for a marketing tactic, is going to be really, really good. And talking about live streaming in general, really, why people should be doing it. So I'm going to be doing that more often from this little studio. Thanks for your questions, thanks for your input, and thanks for watching. I don't know what else to say. Let's end with my video.